I'm the devil of Hell's Kitchen. We're now coming to a show that I really like, I really appreciate, and yet I don't love. And for the life of me, I really can't quite figure out why I'm not as head over heels about this show as most people were. There's nothing I can point my finger to and go, that's the bit I don't like. But I was never on the edge of my seat with it, in the same way that I was with, say, Luke Cage or The Punisher. However, I can definitely appreciate this is objectively a much better show than Luke Cage. Charlie Cox is phenomenal as Daredevil. Absolutely phenomenal. He is so funny, he is scary, he's dangerous when he needs to be. His moments with Foggy, oh my god. Like, Foggy is amazing. That whole, like, trio of Karen, Foggy, and Matt, I love that little trinity. The action is spectacular in this show. That hallway fight, I mean, everyone's head over heels about the action in this. Like, that's not a controversial statement to say the action's amazing in this. And I am so glad that we've not only got Charlie Cox back now in the proper MCU, but Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin. What a scary, terrifying performance that was, both in this show and in Hawkeye. Now, this one is a slightly different performance. This one is a lot more understated and a lot more quiet and subtle. I appreciate them both in different ways, but I think this is definitely the stronger version. This show does so much right in setting up the wider universe of the Defenders. It obviously gives us Kingpin. It gives us Frank Castle as Punisher. That whole court plotline with Frank Castle's trial, mwah, phenomenal. The sort of friendship drama between Matt and Foggy when Foggy finds out who Matt is and who Daredevil is. Cool. And then it's just good. And then you've got Claire. You've got Rosario Dawson as Claire, and that's awesome as well. She's great. It's just a good time. The show is just such a good time. And yet I was never quite on like the edge of my seat, or I always found it a little bit of a slog, especially I was never quite sold on Elektra, and I think this is something that goes through into the Defenders show that I've already reviewed. Never quite sold on the whole hand stuff as just a wider part of the world. I like the moral quandaries. I like the fact that the Avocados at law fight for the little guys, you know, they fight for the guys who would otherwise should have public defenders. The show's a good time. I really don't have any more complicated, thoughts on this show other than it's fun. I can definitely appreciate it's probably objectively the best Defenders show, but there's one I enjoy just slightly more than it.